is magic? And this is a speech that I have personally written beforehand. So, bippity boppity boo. Do you believe in magic? As children, we are quick to believe in most anything, trust everything, and try all things. As we grow older, we replace the princesses and witches of our young imaginations with the stress and trials of real life. The monsters under our beds and fairies on our windowsills become homework in our backpacks and vicious rumors being told by other students behind our backs. Now, is this real world somehow better than the magical world of our childhoods? Does knowing that magic doesn't exist or that the click of our heels will not bring us to the love of home and family make us better people? Can magic happen, and can the world still hold the endless possibilities of magic? Today, I would like to caution you to not turn your backs on the idea that our imaginations can change reality. We see this inner longing anytime we watch a magic show, whether as children at a neighborhood party or as adults who pay premium prices to be awed in Vegas hotels. We all love a magic act, secretly wishing it was so. As masters of deception, magicians take hold of this inner desire for another kind of world and expand on it until we are left bewildered and awestruck by the endless possibilities of the universe. So today we will be tying on our cape of history, putting on the gloves of sleight of hand, and putting on our top hat of comic tricks. To begin with, pulling back the cape of history, revealing the magical beginnings of, well, magic. Records show that the first occurrence of magic in our cultural history was in the story of Moses and the Torah, as he competed with the Pharaoh's magicians and turned the Nile to blood and filled the room with many slimy snakes. Later, in another biblical story, the Pharaoh was said to have been disturbed by a dream, resulting in him summoning his magicians to interpret it. Not long after this, the Magi, or wise men of the Middle East, made an appearance in the literature of the Middle East. And they could be found in India, Egypt, Babylonia, and Persia. These men were said to have made the world Magi-conscious. Moving on in history, we can see a belief of magic in the Greek culture in a belief of gods that were said to have been half human and have the power to harness the magic of the universe. In the Roman culture, we can see a belief of magic particularly in two stories, that of Caesar and of Soothsayer. Caesar was said to have been warned multiple times to beware of the Ides of March, and later died on that very day. Kind of spooky, huh? We can also see evidence of magic in the story of Nero and his mother. After murdering his mother, he asked that his magicians conjure up her spirit to pray her forgiveness. I don't know about that one. During the Dark Ages, there were a scattered but growing body of stories. Rings of power, magical beasts with power, and even swords stuck in stone that were said to give their true owners mystical powers. One of the most of these was of Merlin, one of King Arthur's wizards, later a position of power, who was said to have moved the stones in Stonehenge, leaving them how we see them today. Magic came to Europe in the 15th century in another culture in stories surprisingly similar to those of the beloved Aladdin. This brings us to modern-day magic. Nowadays, magicians divide the practice into two separate divisions: divination, or communication with the spirit world, and necromancy, or the art of the sleight of hands. Divination is where we can sort of start to see things like fortune tellers and these types of things being seen, where we can see Casper and all of the gang being believed in. The art of the sleight of hands is the art of deceiving the eye into thinking that something has been transformed, vanished, produced, levitated, penetrated, teleported, or predicted. However, we're going to return to this idea, so please just keep it in mind. Magicians, as I have showed you, played an important role in the lives of our ancestors, and we can see this continued importance in the popularity of Harry Potter and all the knockoff stories that are also currently popular. Now, if you'd all like to take a look to the back of the room, I've got an example sitting there. Okay, well, that may have been just a little lie, but think about this for just a minute. Imagine the numerous amounts of details I could have changed up here while your attention was elsewhere. This is magic, and the best magicians know how to turn the attention of thousands of people in order to achieve the most exhilarating tricks. Every magician that practices magic for the art of entertainment knows that the true art of magic is the art of the sleight of hand. This is very important. However, perhaps the most important aspect to magic is our desire for it to be real. When we choose to see things in the right perspective, we can be easily fooled by the slip of a hand when no one is watching. Moving on, we will now be looking at some common tricks. To those of you who have been to magic shows, hopefully these will come as no surprise, as I have picked what I believe to be the top 3 most common magic tricks in our society. The third most common magic trick are card tricks, and these are popular for a number of different reasons, some of them being that they are easily obtainable, versatile, and inexpensive. These are tricks such as a floating card, or even just pulling your card out of the deck. The next most popular magic trick is the disappearance of a quarter and reappearance behind a child's ear. This, however, can be seen even by those who don't practice magic regularly. The most loved and most practiced magic trick in our culture, as seen by the Houdini himself, drumroll please, the art of escape, in which magician faces life-threatening consequences in the event that he fails to escape from his locks and chains. So, as you can see, there's really nothing to magic. You've seen some common tricks, the art of the sleight of hands, and even some history. Or is there still more? Why do we still yearn for something deeper and more complex than the sterility of what we see in our science classes today? Perhaps magic has a deeper, more important underlying meaning. We yearn for a world where good can triumph over evil. Princesses can be saved by princes, and knights in shining armor can slay the dragon that blows fire at us. Perhaps magic represents our deepest desire for meaning. Thank you.